What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, many people have been contacting me, hitting me up and asking me, hey, Blue, Errol Spence, undefeated, unified 3-belt welterweight world champion, WBC, IBF, WBA world champion, superstar boxer who is widely considered by many to be the number two best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and Errol the True Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. has 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout. He is 32 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. Okay, he put up a post on social media, and it went rampant that people said that Errol Spence is saying he's focusing on himself now, and he's done with the fight, the mega fight, the massive undisputed welterweight showdown between himself and undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO, World Boxing Organization welterweight world champion, who is widely considered by many to be the #1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is 38 wins, no losses, no draw, 29 big wins by way of knockout. He is 34 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach, right? So people was contacting me and they saying, Blue, it's over, man. They feel heartbroken. They feel disappointed. Errol Spence said he's moving on. So I said, where did he say that at, right? And so everybody sent me his posts on social media, right? I got about between 15 and 20 people. Errol Spence said he's done with the Terence Crawford fight. He's moving on. So I look at his Twitter and his social media, and I saw he said I'm focused on myself, and so I'm like, man, I didn't see the other tweets. I didn't see anything else that way he said it. So I was confused. Where did he say this at? And then somebody sent me the link to the great brother Fanon International Boxing. Salute to the brother Fanon International Boxing. And Fanon made a video about this, and nobody listened to. Many people didn't listen to what he said in the beginning, and he said, this is my take, this is my opinion, this is my viewpoint, right? This is what I believe. When he looked into it, that's what he got from it, right? So I will say this, time is running out. We're heading into September now, and there has been no announcement for this fight. Well, let me say this, time is running out for the fight to happen in November. Okay, overall, is time running out for the fight to happen overall? No. Is it running thin on time, to happen before this year is up? Yes. I don't believe that they want this fight to happen in December. At the height, November is pushing it. That you're talking about the holidays. You're talking about Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. Times start to get tough and things start to get tight as far as money, when you're looking for the fans to be able to financially support those guaranteed purses and the fight. And so, yeah, time is running thin, I will say that. But did I read that Errol Spence was saying that he's done with the fight and now he's focusing on himself and his future and what he's going to do, his next plan? I don't believe that to be the case. I believe that Errol Spence was just simply saying that he's focusing on himself and life. You know what I mean? I don't think that he was saying that from a standpoint that he's not worrying about Terence Crawford and Crawford fight anymore. Now he's just focused on his career. I don't believe that to be the case. I had people saying that also, not just that, but I had people saying that, they took from it that Errol Spence may be saying that, he's done with the PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman, Showtime President of Sports Steven Espinosa, and he's looking now, he's focused on himself and he's moving on. I didn't take from that either. I took this as in his, I look at it as just his personal life. He's focused on himself, right? I think that Errol Spence is more, yes, he puts up a lot of cryptic messages, but it's pretty, they're cryptic, but they're pretty direct. You know exactly who and what and how he's talking about, right? So I don't get from that I think that Errol Spence would have, you know, made it clear that it's a career change or a career move or, you know, a legacy move or something of that nature. Because when the PBC Premier Boxing Champions put up a post about Errol Spence possibly fighting Keith Thurman in a poll, he immediately responded on that post and he said, PBC, he made sure he made it clear he was talking to the PBC, and the PBC needed to take the L out of lover, meaning it's over. It ain't happening with him and Keith Thurman. So I highly doubt that Errol Spence would have had a hard time making it clear that, you know, he's moving on from the Terence Crawford fight or moving on from PBC, right? Because when he was asked about making the Terence Crawford fight, Errol Spence, he stated, I want this fight. This is the fight I want. And if it don't happen, it's not my fault. It ain't on me. So he made it abundantly clear who it would be on. If the fight didn't come to fruition, he made it really clear it ain't his side. So there's only one other side, and it would be Terence Crawford's side, right? So I have a hard time believing that that's what he was getting at, alluding to, or hinting at. You know, I think that Errol Spence was simply, you know, talking about his personal life, and, you know, just felt like putting a message out there that maybe it's a bulletin board message to himself to stay focused on himself. You know, maybe it's a case or a situation of that magnitude, right? I don't personally think that he was saying that he was done with the fight with Terence Crawford, or he was done with the PBC or anything of that nature. I just think it was just a message to himself, or, you know, maybe it's a message in his personal life and a personal relationship that I'm now focused on myself. That can mean so many different things. That post can, that comment, that post can mean and highlight so many different things, right? Obviously, again, like I said, the fans, the media, the boxing pundits, his peers, they all are very eager to see this fight. It's highly anticipated, okay? It's the biggest fight in the sport of boxing, and I told you guys April 16th, well, April 17th, because it's 12 o'clock at night. After Errol Spence, here in New York at least, it was after 12 at night, when Errol Spence defeated former WBA welterweight world champion, Cuban star boxer Yordenis Ugas in Arlington, Texas, AT&T Dallas Cowboys Stadium. I told you guys from then, that very moment, when he got the 10th round stoppage over Yordenis Ugas, that Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight was going to be on the fast track, and everybody's going to be anticipating, and you're going to hear all types of reports, rumors, and whispers coming out from every corner of the earth. And it didn't help that Errol Spence directly called out Terence Crawford and said, I'm coming after your belt. I'm taking your belt, right? I want Terence Crawford next. I'm taking his belt. I want his belt. I'm taking that belt. Well, the moment he said that, and then he immediately posted on social media that the shirts, the new shirt that came out of him, you know, as the Grim Reaper, Big Fish, as the Grim Reaper, looking to knocking on all the doors, taking all the belts, collecting all the belts. Well, I told you from that point forward, that was an ignition. That was just adding fuel to it, to the already highly anticipation, and that got the people eager to see it. And so with that said, I think that's what that was about. I don't think it's you know, people gonna, again, like I said, people gonna read into every little thing Terence Crawford says. They're gonna read into every little thing Errol Spence says. They're gonna read into every little thing PBC posts. They're gonna read into every little thing Steven Espinosa, Showtime posts. They're gonna read into every little thing Derek James said. They're gonna read into every little thing Brian McIntyre, Terence Crawford trainer, says. Everybody's going to read into every little thing that's said. Period. And they're going to take it and run with it. It's just simple as that. Because the anticipation for this fight is so very high that, you know, fans are having a hard time waiting. And you have to keep in mind, the last time we had a fight of this magnitude also was the heavyweight undisputed showdown between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. The fans were eager, anxiously awaiting, the boxing pundits, everybody, for undisputed, heavyweight undisputed. The last time we had that was 20 years ago with Lennox Lewis in 2000. We need this, undisputed. And it never happened. Then you had the situation with Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. We need this. We gotta have it. And 5 years later, fans waited for 5 years to see Floyd Mayweather share the ring with Manny Pacquiao. 5 years. And then people said, well, it didn't live up to the billing. And it was 5 years too long. Now you have a guy at 32, guy at 34, going on to 35. Terence Crawford will be 35 next month. It's that time. And fans see the window of opportunity to see this mega fight for undisputed dwindling. And they don't want to lose hope in its entirety. So narratives will be built. You got to keep in mind, this is something that fighters don't keep in mind. Media members are fans of the sport of boxing. Their boxing pundits are fans of the sport of boxing. 80% of the media members and boxing pundits and analysts, you know, are not former boxers. They are fans that picked up this profession. They're fans of the sport of boxing first. And so their anticipation is going to be read into very deeply because everybody's anticipating seeing this fight. And so with that said, I don't read too much into what Errol Spence posted as him meaning he didn't want the Terence Crawford fight, period. So that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.